Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing better. I am much more rested than the last time that we recorded.
I think we both are. That was a long weekend.
Yes.
This was also a very busy weekend for us. Two union games, both on Saturday and Sunday. A lot of news to cover, but we wouldn't have it any other way, would
Nope.
we?
Nope, we wouldn't.
No. But on today's show, a couple things we're going to cover. First, we're going to cover the Union versus Austin FC that happened on Saturday, and then Jillian and I were down uh, watching Union 2 versus Toronto FC 2. And then we're going to look forward to let's just say a very short, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Well, Union head to Portland with how many players we do not know yet?
Yeah, we're gonna be missing a lot of people though.
We are. Either way, we will be there, and it'll be a good time for those of you traveling out to Portland. So hope you have a wonderful time. I will say I do have a travel blog coming for Portland, and this might be my longest of the year. I'm like really excited, and I'm really jealous of you people going out there because this is one of our bucket list cities.
Yeah, we had thought about it and then it's like, we don't really want to do Portland in March. And honestly, I couldn't have gone anyway because I have our state championship
Right.
meet this weekend anyway. So yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it. What are we wearing today?
All right. Well, you can see great minds think alike, but yeah, so I am wearing my El Brujo Martinez warm up top that I got at the locker room sale.
I'm wearing number 7 warm up top that I got at the locker room sale.
And we know who number 7 is.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Are you sure?
Ooh, Mickey, ooh.
Who had a nice goal on Saturday. And I have a couple things to say, but I won't. No. Anyway. Um, so before we get started, where can people find us?
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the One Team We Agree on Twitter at TOTWAG, on YouTube at the One Team We Agree On, and on your major podcasting platforms at the One Team We Agree On. And we have a website, theoneteamweagreeon.com.
And yeah, check out Jillian's episode, new article from yesterday's U2 versus Toronto FC2 match. Just really good article. She's doing some good stuff. I'm so proud of my wife.
Oh,
Proud husband moment. But no,
oh,
we're
make me
creating
blush.
content, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
And you're getting more comfortable in your voice, and it's just really awesome to see. So
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to be putting some more things out on TikTok too. As long as TikTok is still allowed in this country. But no, I'm going to probably soon make a video of just the YouTube game. And I recently had posted some videos from the tailgates and from the really rainy game against Seattle. So you can find me on TikTok at Jillian hyphen Almany, I believe is my TikTok handle.
and I posted some videos on our Instagram account yesterday, so go ahead and check them out there as well. So let's get into Saturday. So
Jillian underscore Almany. By the way, I always forget what my TikTok is, but there you go, Jillian underscore Almany.
so anyway, so we went out and went and checked out, as we said last episode, Beer Hall Brewing out there on New Holland Pike, and they had the Union game on Saturday.
Mhm.
I mean, it's your traditional, as you said, German style atmosphere bar. They had a lot of sports on. What'd you think of the overall atmosphere?
So definitely an upgrade from whatever the heck that club was that was there
Oh,
before.
jukebox? Oh,
No,
no.
no, no. There was some place before Beer Hall Brewing, but after Jukebox, it was like Club 23 or something like that. And I don't know, like I just
Is
heard that
that
there was like,
Oh,
wasn't
no.
there like a shooting or something there? There was
Yes, there
something.
was. So that's my buddy Mike and Skippy used to go there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike if you're listening.
But yeah, no, my parents used to go to the Jukebox
I
back in the
know.
day. But I guess that was the place to be in like the 80s and early 90s. But anyway, so Yeah, but it was nice, and it was definitely, your German style kind of beer hall. You had long tables, communal seating, and they had bar seating too. And we walked right in and we saw some people that we knew, some fellow Union fans.
Shout
So
out to Jared and his wife.
yep. And we met the owners, really nice. And it was kind of cool that yeah, they had lots of TVs. They had the Sixers on and the Flyers on, and they put on the soccer games as well. And then once the Union came on, they put that on. You could actually order from your table using the QR code and they bring it right to you, or you could order at the bar. So that was convenient.
The thing I was really interested in is as soon as we walked in, the guy like knew we were Union fans because we had our stuff on. He's like, "You guys here for the Union game?" Like, I can tell, like, even when they were scoring goals and like, the game was going on, like him and a couple of his buddies were really interested. They like the
Hmm.
Union. Um, I think this guy's invested in it.
Hmm.
I was just talking to him about it, like, we're plugging this on our podcast, and he's like, "Really?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." He's like, "Well, I really appreciate that." So, it's a place I really liked it. Food was good.
Yeah.
Um,
Good German style pub kind of food.
the beer is not it's good for German style, like, the milk stout was really good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock the beer because it's German style, like,
I would say, like, I feel like I'm a traitor to my heritage, which is a big chunk of it is German. Um,
however, the, New England style was excellent,
mhm.
the milk stout was excellent. I did try the German Pilsner, which I can get away with in Germany. Like, the German Pilsner is,
Yeah,
like, the one kind of, like, pale ale I will drink that's at
yeah.
you know
I think for me, it's like the Reinheitsgebot,
Yeah,
which is
that's what I'm
it's like
saying.
just yeah, the German
Water
purity laws with, like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
beer and stuff, yeah, it's like
and that's why I go with the Pilsner. If
yeah,
if you're doing the Reinheitsgebot, I'm doing the Pilsner because
yeah.
that's the closest thing to an IPA.
Yeah, so no, like, actually, there was a good selection too, they had cider on stuff,
Yeah.
so stuff for everybody because that's important, I think. And then yeah, it was a great atmosphere. We had a lot of fun. Definitely would go back. I mean, it's like 20 minutes from us, easy drive. So yeah.
I mean, I think personally this is gonna be for away days when, it's like an East Coast game or like,
Yeah.
Midwest. I'm fine with on a Saturday night going out there.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually got home just in time for the presser, basically, too.
Yeah, I
We got
mean,
home in the time we left as soon as the game was over, and we were home just in time for the presser.
and we covered the presser.
Yep.
So it worked out perfect. First half, I mean, we saw a lot of people commenting that the Union looked like the Union.
Yes.
How did you feel?
I thought we came out, we were pressing it, we looked way more alive and like we wanted it
I mean, I definitely felt like, okay, Jim laid down the gauntlet, maybe. But
to have been a
chal
fly on the wall.
yeah, challenge accepted. They looked like it. They were creating chances.
Yes.
Um, again, same old story, creating chances and not finishing chances.
Mhm.
But, then you got that foul inside the box, eh, Danny gets into it, PK, hits it, and it's 1-0 Union. You're feeling, oh, okay, here we go. 1-0 game. MLS Communications breaks it out. First player in to score his first 20 out of 20 PKs
Yeah,
in
so,
league
like,
play.
in league history, yes.
Oh, but except for LAFC was in the mentions. So shout out to anybody from LAFC listening. That's postseason, and MLS doesn't count that. So you're
Mhm,
welcome. Yes, he did slip. We were all there. We all know it. But he's
mhm.
still 20 for 20 according to MLS law. So if you want to get that changed, you need to contact MLS.
And didn't he get yeah, and he got, like, saved on in, like, was a Leagues Cup game.
Yeah,
But those
like
don't count.
yeah, those don't count. So sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, and so to start off with that, that was good, and we go into the half up 1-0.
Yeah, so again, okay. Kai missed a tough angle shot that
Mhm,
50-50, maybe put a better touch on it, goes in. Ooh, and again, this is the thing with Mikkel. And this is where from his time at playing in Denmark, he drifts out playing winger, he drifts out the side. Same thing with me when I played striker and I was a right winger, I would drift out as
Mhm.
well. I mean, it's kind of your natural position. So, I mean, I could see a world where the Union were up 2-0. I know how I feel about 2-0 leads,
Yes.
but at the same time, it was a good half. I mean, Jack, Damien looked good. There was a couple times some communication issues, but that brings up another point I want to bring up eventually. But overall, I was happy. I think everybody was like, okay, we get B out 6-0. You want to bounce back like this.
And we did. We came out much better. We
Right.
looked like we wanted it.
So then the second half starts. Let's talk about those 2 minutes. So,
2
uh,
ugly minutes.
my question is first and foremost, Austin comes out. We saw this on Tuesday in Pachuca. They come out just attacking. And you're back. We get ball in the box. Jack's ball watching. Man beats him. And it's 1-0. You're like, and I remember I even sat there and go, he was ball watching again.
Yep.
And then another goal comes. And you're like,
Are
okay,
you
is it
freaking kidding me at that
yeah,
point?
after what we just saw the other week, is this a sign and symptom? Again, this goes back to last year. Like you just falling asleep.
Mhm.
And this is something, if you're listening, I'm not saying this the sky is falling. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is just keep watching this. Jack, Jacob, Damien played a lot of minutes last year. Jack and Jacob especially.
Mhm.
Their bodies are getting tired. They're not getting any younger. Is this something where I don't know? Being a head coach at times, you're stubborn. You're stuck in your ways. I'm not saying curtain out because I saw some of those the other night
Oh,
and that
yeah.
like got me. Just let's get to probably past Minnesota and then we can have that debate.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Portland game is gonna be, something else just because 'cause we're missing so many, so that's
I'm not counting Portland. I'm saying
no,
Minnesota. I'm
no.
saying Minnesota and
Minnesota, yeah.
Nashville,
Mhm.
and then we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing I did like. I liked that the Union once again, unlike on Tuesday, they showed heart.
They did. They really
They got
did.
scored on twice, and there was a moment where you're like, okay, this could go bad. Drusi comes in, and then it's like, okay, Portland kept the pressure up, but the Union fought back.
Austin.
I mean, Boston. Sorry, I got Portland in mind.
Yeah, no,
Boston did.
no, you're right because we actually yeah, we fought back. We kept the energy going. We had that lapse in, the 2 minutes where we kind of fell asleep, but then we woke the heck up.
I mean, we did. I mean, Ua scores that nice goal.
Yes.
And here's the thing I'm going to say about that. He looked calm in that goal. And you go check out Todd Lewis posted down his goals breakdown. Um,
That's the ooh we expect. That's what we need him
he's
doing,
not
finishing
rushing
that.
it. Now,
Yeah.
you can see the one defender's coming in. He could block that shot. I get it. But he was very confident. It's like it's second nature. He knew that play. He's
Mhm.
done it before. And that
Yeah.
was natural to him. So he left feeling it was a successful finish. Now you have the Kranza miss, and there's a
Mhm.
couple other chances where you're like, there again, the Ua miss in Chicago. I mean,
We
KC,
could have
that's
won
fine.
this game for sure. We had the
We could
chances.
easily right now be 2-1-0, and we could be sitting there with 7 points
Mhm.
and just knock on the door, going into Portland. Miracle, top two teams lose, Miami and Columbus lose, and we're up there fighting with them.
The standings at this point in the season don't really matter too much, but
I'm gonna say this right now to people right now,
yeah.
the sky's falling. give me 10 games,
Hmm.
and then you can dunk on me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But he's already sitting there going like
Yes.
that, like that guy behind the tree,
Yeah.
like he's like 10 games, he's gonna start going to my DMs.
Yeah.
But no, in all
Yeah.
seriousness, I think that felt like a loss, did it not?
Um, well, it felt better than Tuesday, for sure.
Anything feels better than
As I
Tuesday.
said, as I was saying when we were watching the game, there are definitely like draws that feel like wins and draws that feel like losses.
We all said that at the brewery.
And the KC one, that one was a draw that felt like a win because we'd been down and we tied it the last second. This was one where I felt we should have actually won it. We outshot them.
Oh, we did. I
We actually
mean,
outshot them, but it only counts when it goes in the net. So,
right, I mean, okay, here's what I'm gonna say about this game. If Jim is smart, maybe he rotates a little bit, well, he's gonna have to rotate,
mhm,
but, like, maybe give some of the younger kids a chance,
mhm.
but also gotta play Julian, you gotta play Mikal, you gotta play the stars that are available.
Yes, exactly.
When I'm seeing people saying you gotta play the second team. I'm not saying you don't, but you don't start them.
Yeah.
You gotta. We do need to see what this next wave has because this summer, the Olympics, all that stuff, we're gonna be thin. So we
Mhm.
do need to see that. At the same time, like, let's try to get a point or 3 points.
Yeah, I would be this if we have a draw. I mean, gosh, we've had more ties than there are in Jim Curtin's closet. Okay. I mean, and he looks very dapper in his suits. Okay.
Do this.
No, I'm going there. Okay. I miss casual Jim. Okay. But that's a topic for another time. I
Comment
will say
below. Do
this.
you miss casual Jim?
Jim looks great. He looks really freaking good in those suits. But also, we we've been just drawing, 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 drawing. Okay. Anyway,
And what if we do this and then win the MLS Cup this year
I'll eat my words. Okay. Anyway.
on March 18th? No.
Anyway. No, like seriously, um, if we come away with a point against Portland, I'll be okay with that.
Oh yeah,
Even though it'd be yet another draw. This would be a draw though, where like we're down this many players and
it is what
it
it is.
yeah, I would be happy with the draw on the road with missing that many players. I'd be completely happy with it. Would I like win? Yes. Did we win the last time we were in Portland? Yes, we did.
A-
2022.
As Vince said yesterday, when we're sitting there with Jimmy, you, me, and him, hey, we used to never win in Portland. Now we won the last 3 times.
Yeah, and you know what I said to Kyle? I said to you, Kyle, um, you know, watch us like go and like have this game where we have all these guys missing, but these other guys step up and we'll just have this amazing game, right? Blow our minds. Be like, what? Where'd that come from?
Crazier things have
I'm
happened.
saying just, you never know.
But anyway, look, the Union. I
The
mean,
eternal optimist.
we are, but at the same time, like we said with Todd last week, there are concerns. The defense still has to figure this out, especially center backs.
Yeah.
Like they're getting caught out of position. It's just,
It's been really shaky.
I mean, they've given up the most goals through 7 games in almost Union history. I'm pretty sure. Now I haven't checked, and I'll update everybody later this week. I gotta go
It's
drop it.
crazy to think when our goal differential in 2022 was insane. And we had the same center backs, but people age, people get injured,
It happens.
teams figure us out.
There's a lot of
A lot
compounding
of things.
effects. But anyway, so that was Saturday. Let's shift to yesterday. You and I went down.
Hmm.
Checked out Union 2 versus Toronto FC 2. Got their right game time set up there with the Bridge Brigade.
Yep, section 104.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Kyle and Evan and a couple other people for putting this together.
Yeah.
We had them on and they were talking about it. And you and I talked to Kyle privately during
Yes, the
the
Bridge
Art
Brigade.
of Dupe.
Get you one of their stickers.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I mean, let's talk about the atmosphere.
Yeah, so first of all, if you've never been to a Union 2 game, it is general admission. So when you get your tickets, you can pretty much go sit anywhere on that side. And so Bridge Brigade's in 104, but you can pretty much be in any of those sections along that side of the field. And those people kind of are more centered, kind of near where the team is sitting. And it was actually a decent crowd. It was a beautiful day. I thought it was going to be cloudy, but the sun ended up coming out. Temperature was comfortable, and it was just nice being there for a day game
It really
and not
was.
being rained on too.
And I really love how they have the bridge pillars in the what's supposed to be like U2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like
Roman
shaped
numerals for
like the
two.
pillars. I love the Bridge Brigade logo.
Yeah, I think that's great. And you have your artistic background, so you can especially appreciate that. You have time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, no, I have fun time. It was just a good time, like sitting there next to Jimmy, getting to meet Vince.
It's just more low key and just fun. I mean, not
Even
that the union games aren't fun. It just I don't know, I feel less stressed watching it.
we're watching the next generation,
Yes.
and maybe some of these kids make the first team.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're everybody there's having fun. You got some of the supporters from Sons of Ben showing up. You got Sons of Ben sitting down there. We saw BR.
BR, yes, the cat.
BR was there. Shout out to BR.
Yeah, and the cat backpack and
No, it was just a good
yeah.
time. It was low key. Saw Mike Thomas. Saw a couple guys. We saw Kevin and Quinn
Yeah, yeah.
right off of
Yeah, I
all
mean, Quinn
that
just
news
got back
yesterday.
probably super early in the morning, so now it's good seeing them there. So yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was a fun time. Anybody stand out to you?
Well, it was good to see the guys. We had 4 players in the game that are on the first team.
Yeah, so let's
Okay.
share some of the video.
Yeah.
So here's them coming out,
Yep.
and then we had some more video coming out.
Yep. And the Bridge Brigade, of course, we had the drums going, the flags, all that. And then, of course, towards Toronto. Okay, so there we are in the stands. And there's the lineup. So yeah, and
You see Neil Pierre there.
Neil Peart, you cannot miss. He is super tall. And so yeah, we just had him on. If you missed our interview with him, check that out. And that was episode 69. And so there's some of the Bridge Brigade guys in front of us
I like those
on a
hats.
corner. Yeah. So of course it was St. Patrick's Day too. So they had a little extra
Yeah.
stuff going on for that. But of course they're doing the, shoe too cheer
Shoe too.
for corners. Take the shoe off. There you
Here's
go.
that goal.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah. So that was fun. And yeah, we had 4 first team players on there, including
Alright.
Olatu Makanya.
Yep.
We had Nick Periano. We had Sanders and Gabo, and and who else am I who am I forgetting? Who was on there?
Our buddy from Bolivia.
Oh yes. Yes. Mir Badesio.
Bedesia.
Yep.
Unfortunately, something's going on. Oh, there we go. Here's the Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
So this was a nice shot, free kick, but it was ruled a foul. Now, so for anybody listening, our buddy Skylar, who's been on the show, a buddy of mine up in the press box, so he's also a soccer official. He basically said, he was kind of too close to the wall a little bit. So
So you said it was like interference, right?
Yep. And then here's a goal by Frankie Westfield.
Yeah, so he headed that ball in for the goal, so that put them up. Well, they that tied it 1-1 because Toronto had scored late in the first half.
And here's some play.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Bridge Brigade.
Yep.
Picture there.
And
Here's
then
David Vasquez.
yep, and so the Union would end U2 would end up pulling ahead on an Eddie Davis goal.
Yep.
And then it's funny because I actually got a video and I posted it on social media of a handball that was not called in the
Yeah.
box. So big miss on the ref's part there. You can see that on social media. But yeah, so they have a tradition of tossing out free hugs, the juice drinks,
So
to
let's
the
go back.
players. And so we have a few videos of them. All right.
Oh,
So there's
dear.
Neil Pierre dropping. Yeah. I have I saw a few of those videos, but yeah, they were eager to get some juices and they had some gold coin chocolates or whatever they were handing out too. So yeah,
So
all in all, it was a lot of fun.
overall, I'm probably gonna go back and watch the game
Yeah.
on Sunday. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll actually sit down there in the sports section again. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I could go, but I'll be at a swim meet at our state championship meet.
Honestly, if you love the Union, you want to see the next wave, definitely go to a Union 2 game.
Yeah, and if you're a season ticket member, you get a few games for free, I believe.
It's either 2 or 3. Like I talked to my ticket rep, shout out to Noah. Anybody else have Noah? Noah's awesome. So shout out to Noah. But yeah, he was telling me it was like 2 or 3. He called me, I think, on Friday. So yeah, I mean 2-1. Thought the Union looked good.
Yeah.
Thought Makanya, Neil were very good on
Yeah.
the day. Anybody else stand out to you? Anybody that you bring to Portland? Let me ask you that.
Well, I think Makanya did a pretty solid job considering he is with the first team. I think almost certainly he'll be coming because we'll probably need him without Damian being there. We'll need another center back.
But
But
what about like Periano? What about Nagabo?
I thought those guys looked pretty good. I mean, do I think they can hang with the first team yet? I don't know. I think Pariano looked pretty good out of them, but
I like Nagabo, but he's like
yeah.
a very raw Brujo.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. I do.
I can see what people see in him.
I do too. I think he could do really well and it'll be interesting to see him develop.
I
And
think Frankie could be up there.
that's what I was going to say. I think Frankie looked really good. He definitely had so many good plays, obviously, but I liked his energy on the field, his ball skills. So, yeah.
I mean, overall, if you're listening, check out a YouTube game and then let us know what you think and go sit in section 104 because the Bridge Brigade are a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Love those guys. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Yeah, and you can get tickets through if you go on their Twitter, their accounts. You can see links to buy tickets through them too. So that I think that's like $10 for a ticket. So I mean, it's not it's not much. And actually, I got a thing for having attended. I could get like half price tickets if I were going this weekend. So
Awesome.
yeah, so definitely a good time. I think it would be interesting to see some of these guys, if any of these guys are gonna go along to Portland and get a chance, but definitely I liked what I saw from them. I mean, obviously they're still developing. A lot of them, I mean, they're teenagers, a lot of them. So it's
It would
yeah,
be nice to have Vasquez this weekend.
yeah, I thought he did really
He was the
well.
best one of
Yeah, oh
all
my
of them.
gosh, yeah, I thought he did great. Would be nice to have him, but
So I
yeah,
think you'll see him with the first team by the end of the year. I really, really do.
yeah,
So
yeah, real promising.
anyway, so let's turn our attention to Portland.
Yes.
The Union have 10 players out. So we have, of course, Nate and Jack are out.
Yep.
Damien and Andre are out. Brujo and Bueno are out.
Yep.
Ty Barriabo is out. Daniel's out, and then Vasquez and Pierre with the U19s.
Yep.
So, uh, in his presser prior to Austin, I asked Jim a couple questions. Just talking about the call-ups, 'cause it was really funny. I was like, two of my questions got answered, so I was like, I'm gonna ask him about Nate and Jack, and here's what he had to say. Right? Can we load this?
Yeah, look, I think again, I'm always going to vouch for my guys. I think Quinn Sullivan got overlooked and had a tough decision maybe go against them. I know it's always hard with national teams and form and who's available, injuries, all the things, but Quinn deserves to go as well. Unfortunate there, but look, I think when you talk about Nathan Harriel, a guy who's played on the left side, center back, right side for us, and has had a great season so far. It's very early, but a lot of good performances. You see his flexibility. I think the national team likes that as well. He can play multiple positions. And he's a great kid, very coachable, eager to get better, great mentality, great attitude. Just a really, really good person and a great player. So happy for him to get rewarded with a call up. McGlynn has also been one of our real bright spots this season. His ability to get out of tight spaces, pass with his left foot to kind of speed the game up when it needs to speed up and slow it down when it needs to slow down is something, guys, that not a lot of players in our entire league have, let alone a kid as young as him. So doing a great job for us.
So yeah, that was Jim. Do you know he says a lot like me?
He does.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, pretty much what am I, like a month older than him?
Yeah.
Maybe that's 79 trait. I don't know. But anyway, funny story. I just did it. So anyway, I got a text message during the game. So this is a 4th minute. Proud personal moment. Apparently, the question I asked Jim, his response got on the broadcast. So, what? Hold on here.
And then obviously with Vasquez.
Hold on here. I love this video.
Start for the Union. And as the head coach for Philadelphia told us, it's been one of the really big bright spots through the preseason and so
Which he really has.
In the opening weeks of the 2024 MLS campaign.
And he mentioned that he thinks he should have been called into the Olympic team.
Yes.
It said that plays to their benefit of having him around, knowing that 10 players will be released from the Philadelphia Union for international duty. They'll have to figure out how to field a team in their next match against.
So anyway, that was kind of a funny moment because our phones start blowing up. Kyle, they're talking about your question. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. I mean, it's true. I do feel Quinn deserves to go, don't you?
I think he's been playing tremendously, and it's totally deserved. Jim speaking so highly of him there.
Right.
So selfishly, I'm glad we're gonna have our Quadzilla at Portland.
Are you really going with that? Are you really going with Quadzilla?
I think that's a great nickname.
I mean, dude's got.
Hey, if you got Quadzilla, show it up. I don't blame him. No.
Also, like when you're running like that and you have quads, it's very comfortable. Like I don't blame him running.
I don't blame him. That's what he said basically. That
no,
it's more comfortable for him.
Exactly. Trust me. Anyway.
But yeah, selfishly, I'm glad we'll have him, but he also really does deserve the call up.
He does. And I do still believe he's going to get his call up.
I think he'll get his shot at some point.
And also, sorry to interrupt, here's what Jim had to say about David and Neil.
Okay.
And then obviously with Vasquez and Pierre, I think that you get confidence when you get into a first team environment. Vasquez had a tough injury with us in the preseason, but still showed real flashes of a top, attacking player that also will do the defensive work. So great future for Vasquez coming for sure. And then Neil Pierre, I believe, once center backs realize and recognize, yes, it's hard to step up to the first team level, but that game against in the preseason, he had a couple of good ones, so I won't just single out one game. He had a couple of good games in the preseason where you kind of have this moment where you go, I belong. I can do this. I can take my game to a whole nother level, and I'm really happy for him to get recognized as well. Still really, really young too, and you can't coach or teach 6'5", athletic, fast, and good on the ball. So he has some really good starting points, and yeah, proud of all those guys.
It's funny, Kyle, because when he mentioned that you can't teach 6'5", like you can't teach that height, you always would say that in swimming, like you can't teach that with the
You
height in
can't teach
swimming.
height or
Nope.
speed. I
And-
mean, I've said that before. You can't teach strength, speed, or height. I mean, those are God-given traits.
Yes.
Having said that, I mean, Jim's right, but he also addressed some of the things that Neil addressed in our pod. So they're kind of on the same path. We saw some of the traits yesterday on display, his really good traits. Also saw a few plays where I'm like, you need to pass that ball a little better, or a little touch, a little too long. I mean, dude's got boot. There was a couple plays
Yeah.
I'm like, you slow that, soft that down a little bit, soften it. I mean, that's a run on. So I do think Neil has a bright future ahead of him. He's still very green.
He's only 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think Vasquez, like I said, gets first team minutes. So, I mean, the Union have 8 players. I mean, if you're gonna count Vasquez and Pierre out, that's 10. The next closest team, all said and done, has 6.
So it's an honor to have all these players called up for
It's the Union
their
way.
various teams. However, man, does that hurt us.
It really does. Now, Creepo will be out for Portland.
Hmm.
We all know who he is.
Yep. I still have it seared into my brain. Corey Burke barreling down the field.
Who got called up, by the way.
Yes, good for Corey Burke.
Congratulations.
I always have a soft spot for Corey Burke. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But I have it seared in my brain in LA, him running into Kripo. Well,
Yeah.
that whole thing, and Kripo breaking his leg. So yeah.
Kamar Miller and I forget the other guy, but they have 2 defenders out. At the end of the day, I mean, they're still gonna have Anthony. They're still gonna have Vander. They're still gonna be loaded. How you feeling?
Well, it's just that next man up mentality. These guys got to
We need to
perform.
see what's going on.
But it is a chance to see what some of these other guys can do. I mean, we still have Carranza, Ua. We have basically, I mean, we
We
still
have Kai.
we have Kai, thank God.
We basically have Kai. We have basically our starting right back, center
Quinn,
backs,
LA's, going to be in there.
and a right back. So
I
from
mean,
the MLS Cup. So
and the good news is at least we've seen what Oliver Zemla can do. He's not Andre Blake, but
he's a backup.
But he is definitely
Is he an upgrade over Bendick?
Bendick, yeah. Uh-huh. I absolutely 100%
Right.
agree. He is an upgrade over Bendick.
He's raw, but he's got ability. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think I do think we're gonna have a game where people are gonna rage over him, especially this summer where he's just gonna give up like 4 or 5 goals and be like, what happened? But then he'll have a game maybe like 2-3 games later where he gets a clean sheet.
And the good news is he's had to play a couple games already. He's gotten that experience now.
And I think that's the thing. So Saturday's going to be a wild card. My question for Jim is who's getting called up from the U2? Also, any formation changes, because I have a hard time thinking they're going to go with the diamond.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think Chris Donovan gets a start?
I don't know, but here's what I do need to know is Jillian McKell and any other stars, they need to show up.
They do. They really do.
This is like the wake-up call. If they don't show up, I mean, we're already got questions. Now it's going to get longer because that summer is going to be brutal with all those competitions.
Yeah, and as we've seen, every point counts.
Exactly.
We can keep going back to saying 2022, 1 point, that whole thing.
Let's just pause about that because that's probably triggering somebody right now.
Sorry.
But
I'm getting triggered.
you are correct on that. But anyway,
Every
we'll
point
see.
counts, guys.
It does. But we'll be back soon with an all new episode. Thank you for tuning in. We really do appreciate this. We're having a lot of fun bringing you guys, just our opinions. I mean, there's a lot of good content out there, and that's a great thing right now with the Union community. We're bringing fans content on daily, even, multiple podcasts on a daily basis. So, for me personally, update on St. Baldricks currently. Raised some more money since the last podcast. I'm at $352.75 raised. So again, we're almost $150, a little under $150 from reaching my initial goal of 500. So if you can, please donate. We just need $150 to hit that first benchmark. All this money again goes to childhood cancer research. Link will be in the description. And then again, just because you're not the Union aren't back home until next Saturday, hey, Union 2 are back home 3 p.m. against New England 2. So if you're in town this weekend, you want to head to Chester, 3 p.m. Contact your ticket rep. Go on the British Brigade website as well.
And I'm gonna have to pull that up on my phone if I have a moment at the swim meet because I assume
Not
it's gonna be if it's on Apple TV Plus again. It was last time, so I think they're airing more and more of those.
Which they need to.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to mention about Union 2, and I know several other people have the same sentiment, is they need to sell the Union 2 kits. They need to sell
Bingo.
them. They looked good. They looked very
I
good.
kind of want one.
I do too. Like, what do I need to do to get one of these? Okay. So I know there definitely are people that would buy them. And as we were at the stadium yesterday, the team store is closed. We see that they might have some new merch in there or something. Looks like they had lots of stuff to unpack and they had rearranged some things, but it was closed, the Union store. And I'm thinking it's a shame that they don't have it open or at least have a stand. It doesn't even have to be the full store. They don't have like a stand open.
And that's something I want to bring up. Like, with that conversation yesterday, there's a missed opportunity here before we close up today. There's a missed opportunity. Maybe this is something we discuss another time where you could make like 2 or 3 scarves, sell the kits, sell some stickers. Hey, maybe there's a family that can't afford first team tickets, but they can afford the second team,
Or maybe there's people that are there for soccer tournaments going on in the fields adjacent,
like,
and they want to stop
here's
in
a
and see a
missed
game.
financial opportunity.
Yeah.
Now I get staffing, I get all that, trust me. But I feel like it's a missed opportunity. Scarves, apparel, all that stuff. You could maybe do some cheaper stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's for another episode. And until next time, this is our episode of the One Team We Agree On.
Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. We love hearing from you. And if you have any ideas on future episodes or guests, please send them our way.
And until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
And we'll see you at the game.